Amid the argyle and polyester passions, and chipped vinyl seats with bubblegum sticks stubborn, our conned conversations, I pretend it's Pernod I ponder, not this watered-down, trivial caffeine, suave, sugar-free fizz of some sort, buoyancy spilled upon the formal formica tables crouched together as if they were keeping secrets. I pretend I am Hemingway, hemming and hawing away at a story about bulls in the china shops of love, goring their horns through Nintendo glitter and a snide side of Super Mario Brothers. Far away from this food court. I think that Europe must be somewhere beyond the glass elevator that goes up and down like an ice cube rattling. I glimpsed a world outside this world once when I was too small to reach it. The moon was unavailable for comment. Europe is a church, is a bit distant, aloof in its awe, and like the Brinks car in the parking lot, very impossible to get to.
There's this mall in St. Catharines, and it's really dark and dingy. Plus, it has that, it's carpeted. The whole thing is carpeted. They're trying to expand on the mall, and they've been trying for like a couple of years now. But it's a pretty terrible place to go. Mostly it's kids that hang out in malls, too.
I think malls are a large cause in the deterioration of the North American foot. If you've ever shopped in Europe, you will know that many stores are in marketplaces, like Germany, where a lot of cobblestones, and walking on cobblestones, the foot is fully exercised. Many malls are terrazzed, floored, smooth, slippery, and causes a deterioration of the foot. It's not exercised well, and then of course that leads to the leg and further on up. Serious condition in today's society.
Friends and I were in Bean Center in Guelph last year, and we were sitting in the food court. We had purchased muffins and coffee, and we hadn't finished yet, and a security guard that worked there obviously came up to us and said, after a little while, we weren't finished our muffins yet, came up to us and said, shouldn't you girls be somewhere?
At the malls back home, just because I'm familiar with the area and with the people there. It's more of a social place here just because, well, I'm here at school at university, so I'm not really, I am interested in the social aspect, but it's just for lack of money, transportation, and because of my age now, it's easier to meet people at different places. So I really don't go to malls in the area that often.
Well, last Sunday, which was my birthday, some friends took me out dancing up at the Desert Inn, and as we were turning the corner, I noticed that there's another mall going up, and I think, you know, what a waste of land. Where are they getting the money, and they're taking business from downtown Guelph? and these people need the business. Who needs another mall? Because there are other malls that are becoming vacant. Unless, of course, someday they do something progressive with these malls and make them into living quarters for people that are looking for housing. That could be a good plan. You know, how many are we going to have?
Okay. I guess I like them because they're nice and cold weather. You don't have to go when it's really cold, and you can always find a place to park, and it's free too. So pretty much always find a place to park. Oh, also I like that they don't have doorways with the store, so you can sort of wander in and out. And, if you're downtown, you have to kind of sort of open the door, and it's a little bit more intimidating. But it's a little like a carnival or something in a mall. So it's kind of a little more comfortable sometimes.
What I really dislike is that they're always made with that horrible flagstone paving. It's really dangerous if you've got high heels on, especially if it gets wet, or if you've got heels that are a little worn down. You end up slipping and tripping and looking like a complete dud. What I like about malls, though, is that everything's all in one place, so you don't have to travel all over town to get the few things you do need. Another dislike would have to be that the horrible music that they play. You can't get away from it. All the stores are playing the same thing. It's enough to drive you nuts.
I like the air conditioned fact on a day like today. Something I don't like though is the fact that it's too bright, too many people.
All right, well the first mall I was ever in, I had to be about 15. And the main store was Zeller's. And what I liked about it the most is that it had French fries and hamburgers on the counter, real ones. And at the same time, right beside it, there was some really cheap perfume and nail polish. So you could do two things. You could get really cheap perfume and some French fries and hamburgers in one spot.
I once had an aunt, she had a mall right here. And I don't have my glasses with me, but I hear that if I would go to a mall, I could get my glasses in an hour. And I would meet crazy people there. I like malls, shopping malls. I gotta go shopping now. I'm gotta go to a mall.
That the Eaton Center is really a workhorse mall. It's not the kind of place that you would want to hang around, but you could get a lot accomplished there if you know what you're doing. It's important to phone ahead to all the different stores and get the right price.
The Eaton Center over here is very nice, natural light. You gotta like that. Malls. Is that a Greek word? Mall? Probably. Or Roman, I bet. Roman malls? Sure. I grew up in Whitby. Next door was Oshawa, which claimed to have the largest mall in the world for a very short period in the 1960s. And this mall didn't have a roof on it. Boy, that was a mistake.